Hello, everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. 2025 NBA MVP race. Nikola Jokic or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for the Michael Jordan Trophy. With the regular season now in the books, Olympics visits the arguments being used to determine whether Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or Nikola Jokic should be the NBA 2024 and 25 season MVP. It's been dubbed one of the toughest NBA MVP races of recent times. In one corner is Oklahoma City Thunder's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 26-year-old wunderkind from Canada, who is this year's leading point scorer, averaging 32.7 points during a regular season games, well ahead of anyone else. In the other stands the Denver Nuggets' Nikola Jokic. Already a three-time NBA MVP, the 30-year-old became only the third player to average a triple-double for the season and peppered his year with some never-before-seen statistical feats. Splitting the two superstars feels like an almost impossible task. Caveats and stipulations seem to slide into the debate when comparing the two. Yes, the Nuggets finished as the fourth seed in the Western Conference, but Jokic doesn't have the same supporting cast as Gilgeous-Alexander. Sure, Jokic has posted some unicorn-like performances, but Gilgeous-Alexander is the leader in the league for points per game despite sitting out entire final quarters 17 times. It's an MVP race so complex that the definition of valuable hasn't been this scrutinized since perhaps 2016 and 2017 when Russell Westbrook and James Harden went toe-to-toe for the top individual prize. With the NBA 2024 and 2025 season award ballots officially handed out, Olympics runs the rule over the arguments being used to determine whether Serbia's Jokic or Canadian Gilgeous-Alexander should be crowned this year's MVP and lift the Michael Jordan Trophy. NBA MVP Race 2025. Sensational statistics. On a purely statistical and individual basis, for some, it's hard to deny that Jokic has an edge. Apart from Gilgeous-Alexander outdoing Jokic on points and blocks per game, in 6 fewer showings Jokic tops the rest of the stat lines. But it's not just in the direct head-to-head that the Serbian stands out. He is notably the first player in NBA history to rank in the season's top 10 for points per game, rebounds, assists, and steals. But Jokic has gone even further than just making the top 10. He sits in the top 3 for all 4 of those key statistical areas, showing an all-around mastery never before seen. Then there are the one-off performances Jokic has managed to pull off. In March, he became the first player to record a rare triple-double of at least 30 points, 20 rebounds, and 20 assists. He notched 31 points, 21 rebounds, and 22 assists in the 149 and 141 overtime win over the Phoenix Suns. Earlier this month, he recorded a career-high 61 points to score the most points in a single game by any player this season, while also backing it up with 10 rebounds and 10 assists to own the title for the most points in a triple-double in NBA history. By nearly all accounts, the two-time Olympic medalist had a better statistical season than his previous 3 MVP seasons. Only in 2021 and 22 was he more efficient. Not to be outdone, however, Gilgeous-Alexander, in the domain of stats, has also blazed a trail, as many of his advocates point out. This season, he scored a career-high 54 points against the Utah Jazz in January, the 8th highest effort by any player in 2024 or 2025. In one of the biggest regular season game meetings against the Eastern Conference's Cavaliers, after losing in the first matchup, the Canadian exploded in the return meeting, finishing with 40 points in 29 minutes in addition to notching 8 assists and 3 rebounds. Perhaps most consequentially, in the 24 games against the 8 other 50-win teams in the league, he averaged 33.5 points in 35.1 minutes, proving that, even against the best of the rest, Gilgeous-Alexander has stayed a scoring threat, underlining just why he sits atop the points per game average by some margin. While the stats certainly play a role, another is the team's record. Indeed, for many, it's the bottom line of the debate. If you step back away from the individual for a moment, how did they elevate their team? In what manner were they valuable to the collective? And when it comes to answering that question, few would deny that results speak for themselves. While Jokic may have ventured into new territory with his performances this year, Oklahoma, led by Gilgeous-Alexander, has been the prevailing force in the league. In 2024 and 2025, the Thunder finished the regular season statistically as the best team in NBA history. They outscored their opponents by 12.6 points per game to claim the best points differential by any team in the league's 79-year history. OKC's 38 wins by 15 points or more are also record-breaking, securing the Western Conference top seed before April, before going on to finish with the league's best record of 68-14, points to a team in command with Gilgeous-Alexander as its general. The Nuggets, meanwhile, finished with a win-loss record of 50-32, some way off the pace of the Thunder. Certainly, Jokic wasn't buoyed in the way Gilgeous-Alexander was in terms of supporting talent, with Jamal Murray having a quiet year and Aaron Gordon missing 31 games this season. But OKC has been without some of its stars for significant stints. Chet Holmgren skipped 50 games this year, and Isaiah Hartenstein missed his fair share too. Yet still, Shai Gilgeous has kept his side humming on both ends of the floor. If individually this race is too hard to call, then it will almost certainly be determined by the bigger picture. When will the 2025 NBA MVP award be announced? With voting ballots now hitting the inboxes of those who will ultimately decide, it won't be much longer until the winner of the 2025 NBA MVP award is announced. The exact date, however, hasn't been shared and typically isn't. Last year's season's award winners were revealed from April 23rd to May 8th. Please subscribe the channel, share this with a friend, thank you.